Hello everyone. So yeah, it does seem YouTube still has this weird, just like yesterday, there's like a delay of about a minute before the stream actually starts. But I did start a little early this time to try and account for that. I have 10 levels to go. Hello, Zombert. Glad you could make it as always. Let's see. This is an extremely simple level, wow. If RNG decided no to both Power Lily and Tile Turnip, I think my strat would have to be something along the lines of Winter Melon counters like Broccoli or Puff Apple depending on the zombie that I need to counter, and probably Acid Lemon for the few plant foods that I can use. But it definitely would be bad if I didn't have either of those. Oh, this is going to be such a silly strategy. I know I haven't chosen lily pads. I also haven't chosen a traditional main attacker. I don't need one though. I'm going to be using Shadow Shroom plant food spam. Oh my, again? How many alt accounts does that person have just to spread annoying brain rot? I have 70 alternative accounts! Oh, when it deals all the damage instantly, it doesn't bypass armor? Oh, that's nasty. Either way, I still think it wins. Who needs a main attacker when you have Tile Turnip? These zombies really just instantly get one shot, basically. Easy first level. Let's see if I can repeat that strat on a more difficult level now. I know I haven't chosen lily pads. How many levels in the last 50 have I actually used them, game? Okay, there's a whole extra flag, and it's got a tougher zombie selection. So zombies, what do you expect to do here? Ooh, that was rough. I just need to plant food all the puff apples and then I win. Very low on plant food, but that won't be for long. I think. This is actually a little rough. Okay, that clears out that flag. This strategy is so stupid. I love it. This should not work, but it just does. Oh, careful. I will have to stall for power lilies, but it was worth it to do this. Wait. If Puffball is the same poison as Shadow Shroom, you're saying that it might actually... We might be able to get the old Shadow Shroom plant food combo, but with Puffball? Interesting. I should definitely try that out at some point. Puffball isn't exactly easy to use in Big Wave Beach, though. The Octo... One must imagine Octo happy. There we go. Stalling complete. Coffee Bean wouldn't let this happen. True, I guess. Gargantua is here. Gregory makes his appearance alongside Fisherman. So this could be a rough level. Oh, and only two columns. That necessitates Blockily, so I need Blockily for you? No, wait, I need Infinite. Wait, no, I have Infinite now. I don't need Blockily. This is fine. I don't need Lily Pad then. I can make do with 2 columns. Actually, wait, I started using Twin Sun. I should use Twin Sun again. Because it is better than Sunshroom. Even if it's a little slower in the early game. And I'm definitely just going for Acid Lemon. Blockily takes more space. I need to do a whole column of them, which pretty much necessitates bringing Lily Pad. So Infinite taking only 1 tile is way more useful for me. Also, very nice wave 2, thank you. Also, another thing to consider is that because I'm doing tile turnip shenanigans, I can keep refreshing the infinite force field, which probably does make it better than Blockily would have been anyway. Now this is just complete victory. That is some serious Garg spam. I believe so first of all, Lemon's initial plant food effect is essentially like a catapult with splash, I think. I'm pretty sure it just hits every zombie with a splash projectile. And then it also does the acidic water, and I believe it stacks duration, from what my experience so far. So you end up with the water staying acidic for much longer. Ooh. Yeah, it's very apple plant food. Hello, that broke. This zombie loadout really just led to Garg spam. This probably would have been a memorable level if my strategy wasn't this overpowered. Goodbye, gargantuars. Okay, no Gogs. Fisher is still here, but I have 4 columns, so this one's gonna be easy. Let's go for the bowling strat this time. Ooh, 4 flags. Get Explodovined. Curtail's plant food is more satisfying than bowling bulbs? Maybe when it hits. But that happens like once in a blue moon. Get out of their clamshell, please. Thank you. I will continue to greed as much as I can to see how many power tiles I can get in this level. I don't think anyone's greed can surpass Greedy himself. Yeah, I should be able to get to the 16k power tile. I don't think the closed clamshells. I don't think the closed clamshell zombies actually carry bowling that much. Bowling is just good enough on its own. It was, for example, really powerful in ancient Egypt. That's the one other endless zone where I really used power tile spam quite heavily so far. And that's because the sandstorms were so scary. I needed a very aggressive, very quick to set up strat, and bowling with tile turnips is that strat. Not much longer. Okay, time to actually put down more bowling balls. Just imagine the zombies walking onto this lawn, seeing this, and just witnessing all of this coming at them. How was that fisherman okay? I saw bulbs pass right through me. That didn't even trigger the wave. Wow. There were so many zombies off screen, it seems. Just have to wait for the last stragglers to get on screen. So that they can perish as well. If I were a zombie staring at that lawn, I'd just walk out. You'd be the smartest zombie there. Oh, Gravebuster for clearing those surfboards. Isn't that great? Isn't that the best plant ever, anyone? And then I don't even see surfboards in this level. What a shame. Let's try... Let's do zucchini again. No, I don't want to risk that. I don't want to meme with that again. Now that the zombie density is higher, that might not work. Fume shroom. Yeah. Yeah, fume shroom. Make sure I have puff apple. That brain rot person that makes multiple alts to join these streams. The first account they had did make some comments that I hid on my videos. I have not seen any of the alt accounts make comments though. There are definitely a few things that don't quite work with Power Lily and Tile Turnip. Some plant food effects aren't good enough to be carried like that in late Endless. But most plant food effects will work. Ooh, the timing there was slightly too late. Oh dear. That's not good. Right, I'm gonna have to do something about that bottom row. There we go. Okay. Crisis averted. Should be it. GG zombies. What I'm playing right now is Plants vs. Zombies 2 Reflourished. It is a fan-made mod. You don't get it from the App Store like you would normal PvZ2. There should be a download in the description of the video. As long as I remembered to put it in there for the streams. I think I did. And gargantuars are here. I am not doing Ultimato plant food spam. I don't think that would work for some reason. Just a hunch. Wow, that's a lot of space I've been given. Do I try this? Why not? I'm gonna bring Time Warp here. And pickled pepper. There's no need for a particular wall here, so that's nice. Good, it's only 2 flags. I don't know if this would hold up for 4. Okay. So far, not too bad. Come on. Okay. Now to see how this goes. Come on. Targeting. I'm gonna have to time warp. It's nearly off cooldown. Okay. I can pickled pepper this in a minute once it's off cooldown. Okay, even with its plant food effect, cauliflower just loves to miss the zombies that are right next to the house, doesn't it? Okay, now it can target the gargs with its hypnosis, hopefully. Oh, why do you take so long? Come on, Collie Power. Why is it always row 1 as well that it seems to miss? Hello? Okay, come on, hypno a few gogs for me, please. Why do you take so long? I'm so used to Ecclese. Thank you for actually hitting some of the zombies I wanted, Collie Power. Hopefully the delay before final wave gives them enough time. Yes! Let's just do this, hold on. Wow, you do not want to get that middle Garg knocked back, do you? There we go. There we are. It was a good thing that was only 2 flags. More gargantuars. I have learnt my lesson and I am not putting my faith into Collie Power. Let's go for... You know what, let's just try and get through these last few levels as quickly as we can so we can move on to a new, different endless zone. Ghost Pepper's up here. Exploded by. Oh boy. It's a good thing I went for Acid Lemon, because this might be a rough level with how long it is if it wasn't for Acid Lemon. I've been very tempted a few times to go for Iris into Gargs, but the last time I used Iris it was very close to getting overwhelmed. bit of fun. There we go. Just got to go a little bit, get more acid lemons, and then I will just win. Now the zombies definitely can't get through. 4 Gogs in the first flag though, wow. There is 0 that the zombies can do here. They have no way of winning. Honestly, Acid Lemon in Big Wave Beach is pretty satisfying to use. Seeing the plant food just melt the zombies like this never gets old. Another plant food spam. Let's just help out against the imps a little bit. Okay, is that all the gargantuars? I think it is. Everything else I probably don't need to use plant food on. Perfect timing. 3 levels to go before I move on to Temple of Bloom. YouTube getting buggier day by day. Welcome to the world of enshittification on the internet. Let's take Teleportato, even though it's Big Wave Beach, because what else am I taking? I have an idea. There's no surfers, right? Good. Surfers would be bad for this. Oh, this is one flag. Easy level. Right, and now, yeah, I'm able to get potentially up to 10 plant foods at once by just from Cold Snap, Infinite, and Explodovine and Twin Sun. Something tells me the zombies aren't going to get past this wall. This wall of exploder vines, infinite, and cold snaps. Oh wow, it can actually push the zombies slightly too far out of range. Did not realise that. That's a bit annoying. Oh, now I have to wait for that to unfreeze. There we go. 2 levels to go. Surfers and fishers. No chances will be taken here. Ludovine. And yeah, let's just do the usual Nisperio. It's a good early game. Four flags. I'm kind of hoping surfers might just be from low tide, so they aren't spawned too much. Gotcha. Just in time. Oh, come on, Acid Lemon. You see, this is the one issue with Acid Lemon and its plant food. It can't be plant fed when it's doing its knockback attack for some reason. And that includes if it receives it from a power tile. Okay, well, surfers do spawn properly. That's annoying. Because they could get close enough to damage or destroy... They could get close enough to destroy the Infinite through the force field. Okay, wow, the zombies are really shredding this force field fast. I'm taking no chances with any wave where surfers spawn, if I can. I'm going to be either Nisperioing or using plant food immediately to ensure that they don't get close to the infinite. Ah! The low tide of doom! Panic mode. What does Acid Lemon do? It does increased damage with its attacks to armoured zombies, so like bucket heads for example, but more importantly its plant food effect is a really strong board-wide attack that also makes water in Big Wave Beach acidic, so it deals damage over time to zombies. So it's got a really good plant food effect for Big Wave Beach Endless. Ah, Surfer did get through there again. Cool. Yeah, I believe it also makes the water in the pool stage acidic as well. I saw someone asking why did a surfer spawn normally instead of surfing, and the reason for that is because there are so many zombies in the waves, some of those zombies spawn really far off screen, and the tide does not stretch infinitely. So some of the surfers spawn far enough off screen that they're on land, then enter water. Ooh, hello. Yeah, even the scubas get fully affected by the acidic water. Even though they dodge a lot of other things that you would think should affect them, this is not something they can dodge. And one final level. No gargantuars, only octos as a threat. And quite a generous tide line as well. Let's do the fire gatling strat again. Also known as the Penny's Pursuit strat, I think. I mean, last time I did the fire gatling, it didn't affect the stream. So we can assume that the time the stream nearly died before that was just coincidence. There is nothing the zombies can do against 5 Gatling peas getting plant-fed repeatedly through torchwood. Still no dropped frames, so I should be fine, I think. Imagine being one of those zombies seeing such a wall of fire approaching you. And with that, Tiki Torch-er has been beaten to level 100. Which means I'm moving on to a different endless zone, which is Temple of Bloom. Let's see how this goes. Temple of Bloom in Reflourished is pretty scary, probably, because of Magenta Skulls. But also, it's still got gold tiles, so, I mean, how bad could it be? I really want to get Wintermelon as fast as possible, because I can afford it easily with gold tiles, and I need to afford it for Magenta Skulls. Hi neighbour, welcome to the Temple of Bloom. Here you'll find that gold is good, but brings out more zombies. Okay, let's see. Well, Teleportato immediately floor 1. Yes, please? Also, lovely thing to see, because they have night layouts in Temple of Bloom, they start you off with Sunshroom, not Sunflower. Oh yes, Haze Shroom. I should keep an eye out for that. That would be pretty useful for Magenta Skulls if I can't get slows. But yeah, because of the nighttime layouts, it starts me off with Sunshroom. So, hey, I've got a really good sun producer on top of the gold tiles. Sun production will not be an issue. And that's the simple first level over. Okay, wait. Bowling is very iffy here, just because, mostly because of Excavator existing. Shrinking Violet is just generally useful. Bowling is... Also, it's probably kind of bad against bugs and relic hunters, I feel. So I think I'm going Shrinking over Bowling. Now, of course, if I see Bowling again, I will probably take it, but I had to weigh my options, and Shrinking Violet seems like the better play here. Yeah, bugs scare me a lot because they very much cause the waves to trigger faster. I'm going to have to be very careful about how I deal with bug spam, as well as relic hunters just landing in the middle of the lawn. I'm probably going to have to make a very space-efficient strategy that can take 3 or 4 columns, just like I did in Big Wave Beach. I like Wasabi Whip here. I think that's going to be a decent carry until I can get good AoE plants. Cold Snap Pumpkin is definitely an option, assuming I get both of those plants. The game really just said, you know what, let's go for the Excasol combo. In the correct, like putting them both in the same row together. Through random chance. And of course it wasn't a row that had a Wasabi Whip in already. Draftadil, yeah, okay, Draftadil would probably be pretty useful too. Slowing down the bugs so I don't have to kill them as fast seems very good. Okay, Coconut Cannon. That's a pretty good pull. Oh, nighttime. First night layout. There we go, teleportato. Damn it, you've still got to the sunshroom in time, even with shrinking. Oh well. How do you fare against bugs? Pretty well. Good, 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 good. Yeah, it's the first time I'm doing a night stage in any Endless, because I haven't done Arthur's Challenge or Caligula's Carnival Endless. What's it? Test of Might? Yeah, Test of Might yet. Are there any others that have night worlds aside from Nature Trail? Daisy Chain? Excuse me? It's no Winter Melon, but it's a Magenta Skull counter. Oh yeah, Lunar Rainbow Market, of course. Two flags. Easy first 5 levels. Yeah, Lost City Endless is not to be underestimated. You would think with gold tiles it's easy, but the amount of zombies that can threaten you mid-lawn, as well as bugs which really speed up the pacing of the level, because only the bug itself and not the zombie it's carrying contributes to the wave HP, so defeating a bug can trigger a wave very quickly, while there's still more zombies left over from the previous wave. There's a lot of factors that make it surprisingly difficult, considering there are gold tiles. And then you also have Magenta Skulls in Reflourished. Anyway, Puffball. Speaking of Magenta Skulls, I am making a very expensive strat here. You know what, I'll take... yeah, I'll take cabbage. Just so I have a cheap option. Nice, same row for the next imp. The mere existence of Teleportato Mine means that, for a while anyway, relic hunters won't be a problem. They will start being a problem once they're spammed in huge numbers, but in the early Endless, they're not going to be an issue for me. Get out of there, Magenta Skull. I'm not letting you do anything. Lava Guava as an early insta. Then again, I already have Teleportato. Toadstool could have a niche for dealing with relics when I'm not quite fully prepared for them yet. Oh, go. Greatest hits, yeah, greatest hits Garg spam is something else. And that's, keeping in mind, Reflourished and Altverse both nerfed the rates that the Gargs spawn at in Endless, and they're still spammed quite a bit, I think, in both. I see Turquoise Skull, that could be an issue. Am I taking these waves recklessly fast? Yes. But it's the early Endless. I have no fear. The only time early Endless scares me is when there's something like Chicken Wranglers or Weasel Hoarders, which are not here. What do you mean bassists can spawn up to column 3 in Reflourished? No, they are not. I'm not. You're lying. They do not spawn that close in Greatest Hits. No. Well, anyway, Ice Bloom. Blastberry is legitimately tempting, but I don't think I can pass up having a good Garg stall. Well, everything stall, but in particular, Ice Bloom is... Hello, Gargantua, by the way. Ice Bloom is something I tend to bring when there are Gargs, because I need more time to kill them. When do we get Relic Hunters? Hello? Is there a position I can put this in? Yep. I knew it. Daisy. Red Stinger? There really isn't anything great here. Actually, you know what? Maybe I can do something with Olive Pit. What do you mean ice-blocked parasols deflect projectiles still? They're not zombie aligned anymore. The plants don't target them. How would that even... Huh? I really hope you're wrong about that. That sounds awful. Okay, does it only give me like 3 gold tiles every level? That's a bit of a shame if it does. But I mean, I get it. Gold tiles are overpowered. But I would still have loved if there were more. Daisy Chain, why can't you do a little bit more damage? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Olive Pit works against excavators, even though they can counter other ground plants like spikeweed and its variants. I'm fairly confident Olive Pit is safe from excavators. I love the early stages of Endless where you're just swimming in plant food and you can just blit through the levels with whatever you want. Speaking of swimming in plant food... Is that the earliest? No, I think I've had an earlier Power Lily. How early was the Big Wave Beach Power Lily? I know I got some really early, really strong plants quite quickly in Big Wave Beach. Still, this is absolutely amazing. I don't even need it right now. I'm not going to bother picking it, but... like, just having that already is amazing. What? I guess level 10 is the earliest you can get 4 flags? I would assume. That is kind of crazy fast, though. Maybe I should take this one a bit more seriously and not speed up the waves too much. Oh, okay, you swallowed. Never mind, I didn't need to drink you. Oh, well. Hello, first gargantua of the level. There we go. That do be a lot of Gargs for an early level. As what, the 5th Garg now? 6th is the level, I think. There we go. Probably Heathseeker. I don't particularly like it, but it is a heavy insta. Hello, Relic Hunter. That's your first appearance, right? Is this gonna... I have a sneaking suspicion this is another 4 flag. Okay, no, it's only 2. Easy level. Ooh, Holy Barrier. This is something I've been underestimating. This could actually be the answer to dealing with stuff like Relic Hunters. I feel like if I get Tile Turnip with this loadout, Holy Barrier would just carry. That is a zombie selection. You know what? Let's try out Holy Barrier, why not? You know, to answer the question of what about excavators if I'm using this sort of strategy, Holy Barrier is a viable, if not perhaps even one of the best plants for Fairy Tale Forest Endless. Just because it produces so much fodder for zombies to waste their abilities on and stuff like that. Holy Barrier is just a really good endless plant that I have been overlooking. It doesn't really matter if there are zombies that can one-shot the Holy Leaves if you're generating enough Holy Leaves. Another thing I remember, I've seen a screenshot of someone who was over level 100 in greatest hits and used Holy Barrier. They beat a Metal Garg level without Infinite or Puff Apple because Holy Barrier just was that good. It's so good when you need to fodder, you have fodder against projectiles. Primal Wall? Probably, yeah. So, I've kept that in my head, that Holy Barrier is a backup plan for greatest hits if I don't get Infinite or Puff Apple. I don't know the exact stats. All I know is, as per the usual for Holly Barrier in mods, the plant food is broken. The only reason I didn't do a Holly Barrier plant food strat in Big Wave Beach is because Big Wave Beach is the one world that counters it. Oh, that middle row could be a tricky one. Never mind, no more importers. Alright, see you, Zombert. Okay, let's see. No excavator, no excavator. I don't think a single Magenta Skull has managed to trigger its ability yet. And the longer I can keep that being the case, the better. I want to maintain that track record as long as I can. Squash. Squash is squash. I'm not passing that up. Excasol combo. I have a lot of melee plants, or short-ranged plants, huh? Okay, it's 4 flags. If this was a short level, I'd be considering going to level 20. But this, being a 4 flag level, it's probably a pretty good finale for the stream, I'd say. So, this will be the final level of the stream. Oh no, you actually triggered your ability. Not for long though. Easy looking level this, even with the relic hunters destroying my sun field constantly. Oh! Nasty parachute drain spawn there. Nice job sniping that Magenta Skull, Jack-o'-lantern, thank you. Okay. that will be it for today. I've made pretty good progress. I'm happy with the plants I've found so far. That's all for today. Have a good day and see you next time.